Let's hear it for storyteller number 2, Vanessa, everybody. Show some love.
I grew up in the Dominican Republic with a very strict and very overprotective father. To explain how my father was, like when my sister Claire and I were teenagers, he drove us to every party that we went, and he would park his car directly outside the party and just wait for us. The same with movies. We would go to the movies with our friends and my father. I really felt sometimes like I was Whitney Houston with a bodyguard. I really hated this. So when my sister and I learned that our friends were planning a trip to go to the Pico Duarte, which is the highest peak in my country, for a whole week, we were very excited to go, but we were also very kind of sad because we knew my father was going to say no. But we had to ask. So we asked, and for some miracle of God, he said yes. And we were the happiest girls in the country. But we don't do any exercise. We're not prepared to be hiking for 7 days. So we decided we're going to prepare. We're going to train for this, and we're going to get ready. And on our first training day, we tell my father that we're going to spend the evening and late afternoon with my grandmother, who lived directly next to us. And we go to the botanical garden, which is not that far from our house, and we are planning to just run some loops around the garden. And on our first loop, we see that the protective fence of the garden is broken, and we can go directly in it. So we go directly in it, and we're like kind of running, more like jogging, inside a little paved road with a lot of beautiful big trees. And one guy comes and says, "Hey, I saw what you did. You were trespassing, and that's illegal. I'm a policeman, and you're going to have to come with me to the station." And I'm like, I don't think so. I mean, I'm seeing this guy. He's wearing white tennis shoes, really baggy jeans, a black baggy shirt with like a skull printed in front of it. I'm like, this guy is not a policeman, not even in the Dominican Republic. So I asked him, "Can I see your ID, please?" He put his hand inside his front pocket, and he pulls out a gun and pulls it directly on my forehead. And I'm like, fair enough. So he says, "Walk with me." And we do. And I'm super nervous. I'm really scared. I don't know what to do. And we're walking in a line. He's in between my sister and I. And I'm crying, really nervous, but also thinking, my poor little sister must be like dying. And I lean over to see her. And I'm expecting to see her crying like I am. But she's the most calm person that I know. She was just walking like if she was walking in the park with a friend, like nothing is happening. And I'm like, what the hell? And this, for some reason, made me even more scared and more nervous. And I started shaking a lot, and I'm like praying every Ave Maria that I know. I think this is it. And I'm shaking so much that I really cannot move my feet. Like, I physically cannot move my feet. So at one point, they're a few feet away from me. And the guy turns to me and say, walk, what are you doing?" And my sister looks at me and walks to me and tells me in my face, "Vanessa, I didn't know you were such a chicken." And starts laughing. And something clicked in my head. Chicken. I am not a freaking chicken. If I'm going to die today, I'm going to die at least trying to leave. So I grab her by the hand, and I start running really fast the opposite way. And I start screaming for help. "Help, someone, please, auxilio." And my sister is running next to me, and I'm hearing some noises. I don't know if they're gunshots or not, but I don't care. I'm running really fast, and I hear this woman saying, I'm coming. And she meets us, and we explain what's happening, and she's exercising in the park as well. And she pulls out from her bright orange fanny pack gigantic black Motorola cell phone, because it is 1996. So At the time, I was like, how the hell do you even go exercising with this? But thank God she did. So she called the police, and the police comes. We explain what's happening. They go look for this guy. We all end up in the station, and the police is asking for my father or for my mother. We need to call them. And I was just a few minutes, I was really scared because I was gonna die. But now I'm really scared because probably I'm gonna be grounded for life. So I'm calling my father, trying to be really, really calm. And I'm like, hey, we need you to pick us up at the police station. And he's like, what? And I'm like, it's all okay. And he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, no. So when I called my father, he was chilling at home. And when he's chilling, he's usually like having some rum in a rocking chair with shorts, maybe not shirts or maybe shirt. This time he was not wearing a shirt. And this is exactly how he showed up in the police station. And when he showed up, all the policemen had to hold him because he was like, I'm gonna kill that guy, I'm gonna kill him. And so after that, we went home, and I was very scared that I was gonna get grounded. And I asked him if he was mad with us, and he was like, no, I'm not mad. And he was tearing up, and he's like, I just want you guys to be safe. It's my job to keep you safe. And now it's been more than 20 years from this. And his whole life, this has been his job. He just wants us to be safe. And now he's trying to control Parkinson's disease. And every day, I just pray that sometime in my life, I can be the bodyguard that he always was to me.